Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I'm going to start this report with this. Something really bad happened yesterday that all of you need to be aware of. Something involving the President of the United States, many of his cabinet members, and conservatives and patriots and Trump supporters. You see, social media last night went on a rampage all at once, banning and blocking in some way, shape, or form the President of the United States of America and many people associated with him, including Michael Flynn and Sidney Powell. You see, what's happening in the U.S. is a direct attack on conservatives, patriots, people who love the United States of America, that would be nationalists, and those who support our country. It is with distraught that I bring this to you, but I have been warning you it was coming. And this is a play right out of Nazi Germany. What am I talking about? Well, I want to read this to you to start with. Okay. And it's called the Reichstag Fire. This happened in 1933, but this says on February 27th, 1933, the German parliament, the Reichstag building burned down. The Nazi leadership and its coalition partners used the fire to claim that communists were planning a violent uprising. They claimed that emergency legislation was needed to prevent this. The resulting act, commonly known as the Reichstag Fire Decree, abolished a number of constitutional protections and paved the way for Nazi dictatorship. Let me reword this with exactly what is happening today. On January 6, 2021, the Capitol building was destroyed by protesters. The Socialist Democrat leadership and its coalition partners, mainstream media, Facebook, Twitter, and social media, used the protest and breach of the Capitol to claim that Trump supporters were planning a future, basically, violent uprising. They claimed that emergency legislation was needed to prevent this. The resulting act, commonly known as Reichstag Protest Decree, abolished a number of constitutional protections and paved the way for socialist communist dictatorship here in the United States of America. This is exactly the same playbook that is being used the minute that the Capitol protest broke out and happened, right? That's the same minute that Michelle Obama and many others started calling for the complete and utter censorship of the United States of America, claiming that they're going to cause further violent uprisings. This is what is paving the way for communist and socialist here in the United States of America. And let me show you what's going on. If you go to Donald Trump's Twitter page, you can see account has been suspended, permanently suspended, and now removed. Not only his, but Twitter also banned Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, and QAnon page purge. What is the mainstream media who is complicit with the Democrat socialist arm saying? Well, here's what they're saying. Trump, and this is on Toronto Star, Trump is now permanently banned from his Twitter account. Here's how the rest of the app reacted. And you can see they're saying, here it is, he shut down. What Twitter said had to say about it. Others are saying about time. How can anybody celebrate this? Good question. Freedom of speech is dead. And then you have Robert Reich, who has reared his head multiple times. And he says this: Twitter says Trump supporters have been using the platform to plan additional attacks, and Trump posts have therefore been removed or encouraged those posts. Isn't that exactly the same claim in 1993 by the Nazi Party, who said they're planning on more violent uprisings? So in order to stop that, they are removing the president. Right here, Robert Reich says Twitter says Trump supporters have been using it to plan further attacks. Not true, by the way. We are never for violence. We do not support it. But you see how they are working that in? What happened before is happening again here in the United States of America. But that's not all. You see, President Trump wasn't only banned permanently from Twitter, he was also banned from multiple platforms. Here we are on Axios. All the platforms that have banned or restricted Trump so far include, and I'm just going to show you the list, Reddit. Reddit has banned the subreddit group Donald Trump. We also have Twitch. Twitch disabled President Trump's channels, citing the move as a necessary step to protect the community and prevent Twitch from being used to incite violence. Shopify took down 2 online stores affiliated with President Trump, his organization, and his campaign merchandise for violating policies on supporting violence. I've never seen the president support violence, but I digress. Twitter announced Friday that the platform will permanently ban the president of the United States. Google has pulled Parler, a social media app for conservatives and right-wing extremists. By the way, please go to Parler. I am now moving over to Parler. I am permanently closing my Facebook Lisa Haven page. I'm going to keep right now, which I'll eventually move off, my personal Facebook page, but I am removing and going to eventually remove the other in time. But my Facebook page for Lisa Haven will be gone, and I am moving over to Parler. Please get on over there, especially in light of what's going on, because it's fun. It's not funny, because here's what's happening. Google and Apple, as a result, let me back up. As a result of Twitter blocking and banning the president of the United States and Facebook suppressing the president of the United States, his base got upset and started having a mass exodus away from social media. This is truly what we need to do. We, the people, need to start leaving those social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook, getting the heck off of them, to organizations like Parler, who is, I believe, Dan Bongino is part runner of that, or they're on Parler. And I'd way much rather be over there. And Mayway is another one that I am at. I'm also on Rumble under Restricted Republic and BitChute, by the way. But they're getting off of these platforms, and thousands, tens of thousands, I would digress, hundreds of thousands of people have now left these platforms. And what happened? Google and Apple got ticked off that people were leaving Facebook and Twitter, and slammed Parler and said, if you don't start suppressing your people and restricting your platform, we are going to remove your app. That's what they did immediately. Let me show you. Here we have, well, that's not it. I'm coming back. Apple has threatened to ban Parler from the App Store. Not just Apple. We also have here that Google has banned Parler from the App Store. So because of the mass exodus from Twitter and Facebook, Google and Apple said, oh no, people are leaving Facebook and Twitter. We can't have that. Let's stop them and remove the app from Apple. This is the level that everything is happening. This is huge. If that's not a slap in the face, I don't know what is. But for Google and Apple to say, people are leaving Facebook and Twitter, we don't like that. Let's force Parler to do something. Let me say this. Parler doesn't need an app. You don't need an app. You can very easily download it on your homepage. You just have to go into Parler or Mayway, sign in, and then there's 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner and say set to homepage, and you can have it as your own little app. We don't need Google and we don't need Apple to do that. That's interesting, isn't it? This is a blatant attack on a political viewpoint. They're literally doing the same things that we have seen before. But let's continue here. YouTube also accelerated its enforcement of election misinformation. Then we have Facebook banned the president from posting on Facebook accounts. Instagram banned Donald Trump from posting on his Facebook account for at least the next 2 weeks. Basically, once he's not in office anymore. Snapchat disabled his account Wednesday because it believes it promotes hate, violence, and all of that. TikTok removed, citing basically violations there, and also removing these particular things. Apple on Friday threatened to remove, they're calling it a right-wing friendly social media app. Let's call Twitter and Facebook what they are: left-wing extremist organizations, okay? App Parler from its store, I've already showed you that. Discord says that it's banned the server, the Donald Trump, per the journalist. Pinterest has also been limiting hashtags related to pro-Trump topics, like stop the steal, right? That's all happening right now. We told you this was coming, and it is. These are multiple platforms. And let me tell you, I compared this to the Reichstag fire in the very beginning. I'm just making a comparison here. I'm not saying this is exactly this or that. I am just showing you the comparison. But here's another comparison that I want you to understand is in Nazi Germany, Jews, were banned from certain businesses under the banner of the business owner has the right to turn away whoever they deem because it's their personal business. So Jews were banned and segregated. Same thing with the South. Blacks were segregated and banned. Well, today, there are literally people who just for being reporters are being told they can't have Uber rides. Their banks are saying, we're not supporting you because you support the president, and they're blocking them from banks, blocking them from businesses. This is the same thing that's happened in the past, but now it's happening to conservatives, Christians, and Trump supporters. This is a huge thing that is happening right now. And Twitter even went further. Here we are on Breitbart.com. Donald Trump dodges permanent Twitter ban by using the government account, the @POTUS account. And then the second that he went and posted on the @POTUS account, Twitter removed his post. And here's what he had to say before getting removed. As I have been saying for a long time, Twitter has gone further and further in banning free speech, which they are. And tonight, Twitter employees have coordinated with the Democrats and the radical left in removing my account from their platform to silence me and you, the 75 million great. Also, look at the possibilities of building out our platform in the near future. He wants to build a platform himself. We will not be silenced. Twitter is not about free speech. They are about promoting radical left platform where some of the most vicious people in the world are allowed to speak freely. Stay tuned. And that's true. They've allowed Antifa violence on their platform. They've allowed Maxine Waters to tell Trump supporters to keep Trump supporters and his cabinet members from their businesses. They allowed tweets by Anaya Presley calling for unrest in the streets, literal unrest in the streets. I showed you in yesterday's report. Just watch yesterday's report and you'll see what I'm talking about. But right now, we need to start making the moves over to Parler. I'm also, again, follow me on Parler. Also, I'm on Mayway. If you want to get over there, I'm under Lisa Haven. And look, right now, because of what's going on, we are going to run an amazing special. And that's on restrictedrepublic.com. And right now, you can get it for $5 a month using the code TRUMP. That's $5 per month for an entire year to get those videos on Restricted Republic. And look, I'm also posting videos there without any commercials. So we're putting the YouTube videos on there that have no commercials. And we're also posting brand new exclusive content that we're not posting here on YouTube, obviously. We have to start migrating and getting over to some of these alternative platforms. And with everything that's going on, folks, now is the time. So we figured we would have one of the biggest specials we have. Take advantage of the $5 per month for an entire year. Use the code TRUMP when you sign up. Anyhow, wanted to tell you guys we're also on Rumble. I'm doing Rumble under Restricted Republic. So don't look for me there under Lisa Haven. I'm on Restricted Republic. And with that, I've got to give a quick shout out to my partner because without them, I wouldn't be here, folks. And look, I wholly believe in converting your 401ks into something other than the dollar. I've personally done this, and right now they are giving away the Apollo 11 silver coin here. This thing is awesome. Shows the landing on the moon and all of that. It's definitely a keeper. I really cherish this and I want to get more. But anyhow, make sure you convert your 401k into something backed by gold, silver, and precious metals. Anyhow, subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. YouTube is removing people in mass, so please keep that in mind. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.